Okay, let's talk about somebody who's doing great things and does it in a great way and still feels he's not getting any respect. What? No love for Pat McAfee? Who is disrespecting Pat McAfee? And why are people dissing Pat McAfee? Let's talk through this. So Pat McAfee goes on Dan Patrick's show, who, if we had to say, of all of the top dogs in terms of likability, I think Dan Patrick got to be number one. Tell me who. Not Colin, not Dan Le Batard, not Stephen A. Like, the people like Dan Patrick the most. It just seems that way, right? Well, they were talking about Tom Brady's roast, and it got Pat McAfee to kind of open up and say how he felt about his reception in sports media. So let's let Pat McAfee talk about it, and then we're going to see if he gets respect or not. Let's go.
I get roasted enough. I already get roasted enough in my life and day to day. And I don't know how you've done this for as long as you've done it in the sports world, because I assume everybody has respect for you as they should. There's not a lot of respect for me amongst other people that are in the sports world, sports journalist world. So I get roasted a lot on a regular basis. So I wouldn't sign up for something to go sit on a stage to get absolutely roasted by everybody. That would be a difficult decision. I'd rather good vibes, but I am certainly one to watch the drama. Like, I will watch the Real Housewives of Orange County, but I do not want to be in the Real Housewives of Orange County. You know what I mean?
All right, that'll do it. That's funny. Oh, man, you ain't lying. Get off that housewife stuff. Anyway, Pat McAfee, there's a difference. And this is why even the ESPN personalities, who's the most liked? Dan Patrick used to be there. And I'm going to bring this together. You're going to see the commonality. I would say Scott Van Pelt, right? Am I wrong? Right? Excuse me. What does he have in common with Dan Patrick? Who's the most revered or liked of all time? Was it Chris Berman or Stuart Scott? There's something about the host role. Like, look, Mike Greenberg, even though he's right there as well, but people, the Mike Golick Greenberg thing, kind of people were like taking sides on that. But another one, Mike Greenberg, that role as host, they don't step in it. They don't step in it. They don't smell it. They don't deal with it the same. Now, every now and then you get a guy that you're like, it seems like he wants some of that. Every now and then you get somebody you're like, And usually, guess who they are? The day-to-day personality, the athlete, etc. Like, you look at Stephen A. Smith, even though there's a host in him, there's a day-to-day personality that looms larger. And so when Pat McAfee talks about he doesn't feel respect, I think what he feels is that he's actually playing a different sport than what Dan Patrick is doing. I think what he's registering is like, it's like we both on the field, but I'm playing football and you playing basketball. Like, you both under the bright lights, I should say. You both got the cameras on you, but one is filming basketball. Like, oh, you touched me? Oh, no. And the other one is like, oh, you got hit, and get up. Like, what are you talking about? So I noticed that, and this is interesting, a lot of people say this about Pat McAfee. To be winning, boy, you be talking about them L's too much. And since I don't consume a ton of sports media, I wonder if that's true. Because if it's true, Pat, man, enjoy your journey, as I know you better be. Because God, dog, do you understand how much people respect you? Let's talk about it. Every time I talk about this industry, every time I talk about the business side of what this game is, every conversation leads back to the Pat McAfee story. It has to. Because, you can't script it any better than a guy who didn't get an opportunity, who made an opportunity and took full advantage of the whole sports media situation, the whole industry. Pat McAfee got a deal to license his own show to ESPN and can say whatever he wants, but in respect to a true partnership will always respect his partner. But don't get it twisted. I said partner, not boss. Goodness. For the amount of money he's getting it. And the craziest thing is Pat McAfee's story and like how, nah, we're not going to give it to you like that and you going to go get it. We were just having this conversation. I was at Chargers training camp yesterday, and the conversation came up about Justin Herbert and how much money he making. And then you look up, everybody making more money than him already, and that was just like a year ago he got paid. And Kirk Cousins is the guy in football that is the Pat McAfee, where people, hey, we're going to franchise you. Hey, we don't really want to pay you big time money. And Kirk Cousins used that to become the most paid quarterback over a 4-year stretch, like from 2018 to 2022. Then goes and gets paid again by Atlanta, and people are like, oh, that's great. And then they draft at his position, first round, Penix Jr. Oh, boo-boo you, Kirk Cousins. And then he's giggling on the inside because what they don't know, and which they going to find out, is when you release me, I'm going somewhere else after I prove I'm healthy with this Achilles and getting paid again. Pat McAfee, Kirk Cousins. It's crazy how unintended consequences occur. How someone could dish you and they can just uplift you in the same breath. Somebody could be like, nah, I'm good on you. And then you say, I'm coming back and I'm great on you. I love that story. So I don't get where Pat McAfee's coming from when he says he takes all this heat or he's getting roasted all the time, etc. When Pat McAfee is top dog no matter who out there. You want to know why? I know what it feels like to be an employee. You do too. And I know what it feels like to be a partner. Pat McAfee is a partner, and I'm going to say it again, to ESPN and Disney. He doesn't have to say the word boss, and every other person over there does. Every. What respect does he get? What respect does he need? I think he already has it. He just need to acknowledge it and accept it. You are top dog in this thing right here. And that's what I want to give flowers to. So the hate, I don't think it's there. The roasting, ain't nobody trying to sit up there and get clowned all that time. I would have loved that. And I think, like he said, Tom Brady got a big check to do that. And then he realized, I don't need all that money. Y'all out here killing me. I got kids. I got a family. Y'all over here murdering my family. So I just thought it was a good way to kind of talk about how this industry is really shaped up. Pat McAfee on fire. And if he don't feel it, he just feel the heat, not the fire. Go burn stuff up, Pat.